Hello and welcome back to the Origin Summer Preview 2015. I'm Eric Summerer here with Jay Tummelson from Rio Grande Games. Hello, Jay.
How you doing?
And we're looking at Mogul, which at first I thought was just a straight reprint of the classic Michael Schacht game, but this is more than just a straight reprint, isn't it?
That's correct. That's correct.
Tell us about Mogul.
Well, for those who know or care about the original, it was essentially just a card game.
Yeah.
Where players are collecting stocks from different train games, and then you scored based on how many you collected and whatever. I liked the game, but I thought it needed a little bit more.
Okay.
Probably people who liked the original and loved it might disagree with me, and that's just fine. So I talked to Michael and I said, I think could be more here. So he's added, a map. It's a train game, so we have tracks and routes and things like that. Actually, we don't have tracks, we do have routes.
Yeah.
So during the game, not only do you have the opportunity to acquire stocks in the different companies, which is what these are, but you also have the opportunity to build stations along the different routes. And basically, those add to the value of your stock for that company. The clever thing about the game, at least that I think, the thing that Michael really wanted was this bowl.
Okay.
And basically the way the game works is everybody has coins, money, whatever you want to call these things.
Yep.
And you basically bid for shares of stock.
Right.
Somebody will bring up a share of stock, they will offer it to auction, everybody can place a bid, and when you win the bid by having the most, you throw the coins in.
Okay. All right.
Or actually, if I remember now, when you place a bid, just throw it in.
Yeah.
So, your bid has to be higher than the next one and so on and so forth. If you decide to pass,
you get what's in the bowl.
It gets what's in the bowl.
Yep.
So obviously you have to, how badly do you want that stock, and when's the right time to say, let the other guy have the stock, I'm taking the money.
Right.
And it's essentially one set of money in the game. So if you run out of money, then it's time for you to pass and take whatever's in the bowl when it gets to you.
Yeah.
You can, at the very beginning of the game, pass on the first auction, but there won't be anything in the bowl. Yeah. So that's the basic idea of the game. We have a little problem, I'll admit. The game is for 3, 4, or 5 players.
Yeah.
Okay. And we include a card in the game which shows you the recommended setup for 3, 4.
Yep.
And not 5.
Okay.
Actually, it kind of a 2-step process. The first step was this wasn't in the game at all. I forgot. Or actually, the artist who was doing it forgot.
Okay.
When we were about to go to the printer, I said, well, "Where's this card?"
Yep.
And so we put it in.
Threw it in.
But somehow the communication with the printer managed for the back not to be what I wanted.
Correct.
So, since we have the game made almost, and we actually have it here at Origin, we're selling it. Okay. So for anybody who's willing to buy it, we've made up these fake cards, and we're also actually taking names and addresses
to send the corrected card.
The real card when it comes. And then we're not going to actually start shipping the game to distributors until we have the corrected card.
Okay,
so the printer's working on that now.
Excellent. So when do you expect those copies to start heading out?
They haven't given me a date yet, but I would guess that they can get those printed within a week or so, and then we'll get them out this month, I think.
Oh, excellent. So the new version of Mogul coming soon and available here at the show as well.
Available here at the show if you're willing to buy it. We actually give you this at the show. Oh, and actually, since it's not shuffled into the deck or anything like that.
It's just a display.
If we were really cheesy, we could just put that thing in all the games and start shipping it. But I try not to be that cheesy. So we'll print up real cards that look like this on the front, and they'll probably look like that on the back. Okay. Because I got to put something on the back, and I don't have anything else to do. I could put oops or something like that, I suppose.
So anything else upcoming that you want to talk about? Tease us with.
Oh, I got so many teasers.
Yeah?
Well, as a lot of people know, Roll for the Galaxy has been a tremendous success.
I love that game.
We had a little bump at the beginning, but we seem to be past that. And it's such a great success that we have an expansion coming.
Excellent.
It's called Ambition. If I'd been really clever, I would have brought the bag of dice, which are the new dice for it.
So there will be some new dice, new colors?
There's new colors. There's black dice and orange dice.
Excellent.
And then we add additional of some of the other colors. Some of the dice have two symbols on a face, so they give you some options.
Interesting.
And some new tiles, of course, and some other things.
Okay.
So we think it's going to be a nice addition. We've actually, taken prototype type copies to a couple conventions, and people are playing it, and they really like it. So
Great.
I think we've got a good addition to the game.
Okay.
And that should be out sometime in the fall.
Okay.
We've ordered the dice, and Tom and Weiwa are nearly done with the rules and all of the other components. So
All right.
I haven't gotten a date yet for when the dice will come, but that's probably at least 2 months off.
Okay.
Because we have gotten samples, so they've got that right. So now we can place the big order.
Good.
That's the hardest part. So that's coming sooner, probably more toward the end of the summer. We've got the new Race for the Galaxy expansion called Xeno Invasion. And that is actually going to the printer. Well, it's Friday, usually Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
So that is done.
Is this part of the second arc?
No, it's a third arc.
This is a third arc. Okay. Excellent.
This is the third arc, yes. Let's see, what else we got going on? We, as people may or may not know, if they were trying to buy Temporum, we sold out pretty quickly. We paused a little bit because we had some interest from some foreign partners to get involved. After a while, they haven't decided yet, so I just went ahead.
Okay.
For those who noticed that the little arrows in the game were little and maybe not the best color.
Yeah.
We are changing that, so they're bigger and they're a color that kind of contrasts with the board, so you can really see them. And we'll have some extras,
All right.
so that people who are really bothered by that
Can get a replacement
can
or-
get
yeah.
a replacement. So that's. We're also working on a Temporum expansion.
Okay.
Maybe by the end of the year. Depends.
Okay.
Got a lot of games and not as many graphics artists as I need. So,
Okay.
or actually illustrators. I've got a lot of artists, but I'm adding illustrators to my pool of people that I work with. So.
Great.
We're doing a carnival amusement park game where people build rides in amusement parks.
Great.
And we've decided to go full out on it, and we're using wooden squares about this thick.
Oh, wow.
So as you build your rides, you build them vertically. So you've got
Okay.
a vertical, impression of it.
Yeah.
We just couldn't use die-cut cardboard because it doesn't stack up very high.
Right.
So there's going to be a sticker sheet in there with all of the stickers for the wooden pieces, and then we'll get this nice visual.
Oh, neat. So you'll be building a 3D amusement park.
We're building
Yeah.
a 3D amusement park with roller coasters and Ferris wheels and all that kind of thing.
That sounds exciting.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. I have talked to Carla and the Hoarders, and they've got a new version of 20th Century Limited, which we did on another show,
Yep.
which is based in Europe.
Okay.
And they've got some nice little additions which sort of fit to the European landscape. And I don't know when we're going to come up with that, but it's certainly in the pipeline down the road somewhere.
Yeah.
Whatever. Maybe one of the most exciting projects, the one I was trying to remember before.
Yep, sure.
We're going to publish Elfin Roads.
Ah.
If those of you who are old enough or been around long enough
Yeah.
know that before there was Elfinland, there was Elfin Roads. This was done by Alan Moon in his own old company called White Wind. And later licensed by Amigo as Elfin Land.
Yeah.
Stripped down some of the stuff to make it more family friendly or whatever. And when it was successful, then along came Elfin Gold, which essentially added most, if not all, of what had been in Elfin Roads and was disappeared back into it.
Okay.
So you could get that. What we've decided to do, because we like that, and for some years now, Alan has been promoting Elfin Sea, which is sort of the same game with a different map, some different rules, some really interesting different rules. So what we're doing is we're coming out with Elfin Roads, which will have Elfin Land, on the back Elfin Sea, and off to the side Elfin Gold.
Wow.
So you can get Elfin Land. You can get sort of the Elfin Land plus Elfin Gold. Or this whole brand new game called Elfin Sea. It's got new modes of transportation. It's got, you know, it's a completely different map, of course. There's a lot of sea, so you have to find ways to get across the sea. And you know what we found in the ocean?
Fish?
Whales.
Oh boy.
You know, and that's a great way to get from one place to the other.
Yes, a new mode of transportation. That sounds exciting.
So that'll be coming out late summer, maybe early fall.
Oh boy.
Basically, the graphics are done, and now we're just putting everything together.
Well, I mean, we should end right there. That's a lot of great projects to look forward to.
Let's do them.
Yeah. Thank you, Jay, for spending some time with us. Jay Tummelson from Rio Grande Games, Mogul, coming soon, and lots of other stuff on the horizon.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at dicetower.com.